Hi everybody, I'm Bradley Overrated, and today we are reviewing Sonic Forces, and I gotta tell ya, after you beat the game, this is not a joke, this is the music it plays. It's so somber, so serious, especially for a game that isn't really that serious, but it wants you to leave feeling like something special just happened, like you actually experienced a quality 3D Sonic game. I mean, just look at that flower. Isn't that the most beautiful frickin' flower, and how it stands as a hope of color in a world of great and voidness and dark? Oh baby, the symbolism just really takes me there. Which is ironic, guys, because Sonic Forces honestly doesn't quite do that. You know, don't get me wrong, and feel free to quote me, Sega, you know, if you're looking for a spokesperson for this game, here, feel free to take the quote. Sonic Forces, it's not terrible. So there you go, see there, perfect, you got a quote now that you can use for the game, and it's not terrible. I'm not going to go around as far as to say it's good, you know, it's better than Sonic and the Secret Ring and Black Knight, Sonic Boom for the Wii U, oh, that was terrible, and Sonic 06, you know, when you compare it to those games, this game looks like a masterpiece, but when you compare it to, you know, Sonic Mania, which came out before this game looks like a very disappointing game in comparison. And I think part of the reason for that is, just like Sonic Lost World that came out on the Wii U, Sonic Forces has a lot of good ideas actually, that just, they don't quite execute them as well as they could have. For example, one of the good ideas they had was to kind of copy Sonic Generations. Bring back classic Sonic, have 3D Sonic, have your own custom avatar, which I'll get into that in a little bit. But let's focus on the Sonic levels. Let's go between 2D and 3D levels, and some of the levels incorporate both of them at the same time. It's a really good idea, but honestly for the first half of the game, a lot of critics were saying, you know, it's basically just a straight shot to the finish line. It is. There's not much variety in these levels, and it's kind of disappointing to see that. And also, for the first half of the game, the levels are short. I mean really short. I'm talking, you'll finish it on your first try in about a minute and a half on average. I mean, it's embarrassingly short, which is disappointing because on some of these levels, you know, I was starting to get into it. It started to get interesting, and as soon as it got interesting, the level just ended and I got an S rank, which is, you know, yay, I guess, but it didn't feel like I earned it. It was kind of disappointing to me. But, you know, despite these drawbacks to the game, by the time I got through to the second half of the campaign, I have to tell you, the levels did improve. I thought they're a lot more fleshed out, and I really enjoyed those levels. It's just a shame it took me, you know, half of the actual campaign to get to those points. And on top of that, speaking of the campaign, it's short, baby. That's another thing that critics brought up. They said it was short, and they were like, yeah, you know, 2 to 4 hours, you'll be done with the whole thing. I thought to myself, no way. That can't be true, and yeah, it's true. It's definitely that short. And then when you play against boss fights, be prepared for a lot of quick time events. A lot of the times you don't have to have too much skill. It's usually just dodge and weave until you have a chance to do a tap A button and take them out. It's not that exciting. The boss fights are, once again, I feel like they had some good ideas for the boss fights, they just didn't execute them as well as they could have been. But, you know, there are some definite positives to the game. One of them is, in fact, the voice acting. If you like the Sonic voices, well, great, they sound the same, and if you like the dialogue where Sonic's kind of a sarcastic a-hole, you know, he still is in this game. He likes to let the enemy know that he's better than them, basically, and talk smack even when he's down. It's good. I like that they keep Sonic true to himself.
You may call me Infinite in the brief moments that remain to you.
Oh, great! See, Infinite? Now we're getting to know each other. So, what's your favorite color? Do you like long, romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first 2 questions if you like.
And the best thing by far about Sonic Forces, the avatar customization options. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Snappy the War Turtle. Say hi, Snappy. And yes, his eyes will just gaze right into your soul. I loved all of the customizations that you get for your avatar. I mean, from head to toe, you can customize them in any way you like, and the best thing about this game is as you progress through the story, you get rewarded with more customization options for your avatar. And if you collect those little red rings that are popular in the Sonic games now, you get more customizations. And as you unlock bonus stages that you have, and you finish those ones, you get more customizations. This game, if nothing else, will reward you for beating it and completing it and going through the collectibles and getting the S ranks. They love to reward you with all these fun little customizations, and it's honestly the best thing by far about Sonic Forces. And then there's the soundtrack, baby. Just listen. I mean, come on, that's a pretty good beat, and you know the soundtrack's good. It's not the best in the series by any means, but it's still a good soundtrack. If there's one thing that Sonic Team does right about their games, is they make a really good soundtrack still. And so, okay, let's wrap this review up. Sonic Forces, you know, there was a lot of people that absolutely hated this game, and then there were a lot of people that loved and defended this game. And I've got to tell you, I am kind of smack dab in the middle. I think there are good things about it, and I think there are honestly just bad things about it. Like I said, Sonic Forces is the type of game that had a lot of good ideas that I feel like they honestly could have executed better, but I did enjoy the avatar customization options. I enjoyed the soundtrack. I enjoyed the dialogue. The story itself is really bad. I mean, there's some serious plot holes. For example, Dr. Eggman could have killed Sonic twice in this game. He had more than enough opportunities to get rid of his foe permanently, and for some reason didn't. That's the biggest plot hole that I can think of. But, you know, it's a Sonic game. Obviously, the main hero slash protagonist isn't going to die. So, when you consider everything about Sonic Forces, it's a C. It's a C grade game, and it's not the worst thing I've ever played. I didn't hate it. It comes in a price at $40. I think you should wait on sale. Get it for when it's on $20, because there's not enough content to justify a $40 purchase. Alright guys, that's it for me. I am Bradley Overrated. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe to my channel and push that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out like a trout. Have a good one.